Hi everyone. I just wanted to jump in here really quick and let you know this is an older video. Well, this part is today, Sunday, March, I don't know, 20 something. I don't know. Okay, it's March 23rd. Anyway, and I wanted to jump in because I did not want to share this video. I recorded it a while back and I just didn't want to share it for various reasons. But in the first video that I did today, I shared about watching old Mike and all the sage advice and wisdom that he shared in his video, in his live stream that I watched the replay for or of. And, you know, the idea of having to adapt to needing help and all the different things. And I struggle with that because I'm 47 years old, like I said, and I struggle with needing help. I struggle with having to ask for help, having to allow the help, and having to admit that I have a nurse coming over here on the 1st. The last one got canceled. I think I talked about that. But I have a nurse coming over here to the house. I'm 47. Why do I have a nurse coming over here? But I do. To check my blood pressure, do a wellness exam, and all the stuff here. So that's happening. That's coming because I qualified for home health. So I'm going to jump into the video. And so you can see why I didn't want to share this, and maybe I will jump back in later on and share some other thoughts on what's going on in since this video was made. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next clip.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Same day, still Saturday. I'm trying to get a few of these done. Today, I should have got more coffee. I may have to go get some more, have some water. But I'm feeling I'm just like having a very tired day. Like the past couple of nights I've slept less than normal, I guess. But a lot of it's just being awake and like in between for like half an hour or even 10 minutes. And sometimes like most of the time I've noticed like my patterns, I'm waking up about 1:20, 1:30. Then later on I'll wake up at 3:30 and then sometimes at 5. So, and I've been getting to sleep too late because I've been watching Signed, Sealed, and Delivered on Hallmark, or on YouTube, actually, through Hallmark. They had like the whole, I don't know if it's like a season, I don't know if they turned them into like shows, it seemed. So there's all these shorter ones of them that I had never seen before. So I finally finished those, and now I'm rewatching like the movies since someone had them posted on there. So I'm like, yeah, I need to do that earlier in the day. But I do that at night to kind of, excuse me, relax and watch something that I like. And I love those movies. I think the idea of them working in the post office and letters and, like solving a mystery while they're, in the dead letter office. You guys like those kind of movies? Because I love them. I like those like cozy mystery types. So I was like a Hallmark junkie for a while. I don't really watch anymore. I don't have, we haven't had like Dish or anything for a very long time, and I don't have the Hallmark app or anything. But I know years ago, I would put them on the DVR at my parents' house because my mom loved them too. So we would DVR a whole bunch of them, and then we'd watch them together, or record them on a VHS so I could watch them at home. Yeah, like the old ways, we still record on VHSs. I still have some of those that I recorded on when I used to record my TV shows way back, and I don't know if I have any from when I was really young, but I do have some like from like the early 2000s where I was watching certain shows, and if I wasn't at home, so I put them to record. Time them, put your timer on your VCR, and yeah, probably dating myself a bit there, but it's fine. And, I have this shirt that I still need to wear. I've worn it a couple times, but I haven't worn it. Like, I've worn it at home and haven't worn it on a video or out in public yet. I don't know why I haven't gone out in that shirt, but it says, be patient with me. I was born in the 1900s, and it has a covered wagon on there. My sister Tremaine got it for me. I think it was one for me, her, and my sister Swan. So yeah, and it's awful hearing. It's kind of funny, or not awful necessarily, but kind of strange when you hear someone say you were born in the 1900s. It's like, it wasn't that long ago. Like, that was just, the other day. Yeah, it's almost for me, it's just turned 47 last month. So yeah, it's been a while. I wanted to kind of touch on a couple of things. I haven't done a lot of the Journey to Healing videos lately. I do want to get back to that book, Love Heals, which hopefully I can get one of those. Hold on. I get like these really weird dizzy spells. And I don't know if it's my sugars. I need to check them soon. So I may take a break from this and do that. But we'll see. Maybe I should do that right now. Okay, I'm back. I hate having to do that. Not too bad. It was 94. I've had a cup of coffee and I've actually had sugar in it. Well, whatever's in the creamer. I have this organic, I think it's Califia is the brand. It's brown sugar oat milk, and it does have like, I think it's 2 or 3 grams of sugar in it. So I don't add anything. If I ever add sugar, I always add monk fruit, and this one doesn't need it. So, and I just had that. I haven't eaten anything though, and it's like 11:51, so that might be why I'm feeling like that. I don't know. I just don't like to eat sometimes. It's a struggle. It's always kind of been like that. Partially because as a young person, I struggled with my weight a lot. I still do. I didn't start struggling with my weight until I was probably in, I think, close to 7th, 8th grade. And that was after I had the cyst in my ovary, or on my ovary, or however it was. It was the size of a tennis ball, I believe they said, on my left ovary, right ovary. I don't know. I can't remember. I was 12 at the time that happened. So like I had already started my monthly when I was 10. So that's really early. From what I understand, that's pretty early. And so I think the struggles just, I what I'm understanding now as I got older, like I've shared before, it's polycystic ovarian syndrome. And I think I probably did have struggles with hypothyroidism, in possibly even Hashimoto's at the time, but we didn't know. So just because of the symptoms that I've learned now that I have, and I've been diagnosed with these things, and these are some similar things that used to happen to me as a kid. And because I struggled with my weight, I didn't want to eat. I rarely ever ate breakfast. Lunch, when I was at home, I probably did. Usually at home, I would have like tortilla with chips. Just homemade tortilla with some Lay's chips, sometimes mustard. That was like my go-to thing. I love mustard, by the way, and I love chips. But like that was probably my what would you call it? Like my weakness. Like candy is not my weakness, but chips are. Um, Hold on, let me move. Okay, I'm back. My cat was trying. I wasn't sure where she wanted to lay, so I was moving some of these plastic tubs that I have here with stuff in them. That crafty stuff. Sorry, I'm making up my device. That I want to go through today as well. But like I was saying, I struggled with that, and I would. That was what I ate most of the time. Was some chips on tortilla, and like that was my snack. That was my like after school snack. For lunch at school, I didn't eat all the time. Like if I would eat, it was like a little bit, because a lot of stuff I didn't like. I think what was going on, it was making me sick, but I didn't realize it. What was going on, I just didn't like it. Plus, and I think I did that even when I was younger, even before I started dealing with weight issues. But when I started struggling, I didn't want to eat because I figured, well, if I eat, then I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to gain more weight because I started gaining just a little bit of weight, like probably, let's see, when I was 12, that started happening. So I probably started gaining weight about 13, 14, but it was very little, just enough though, still, that I was just like, I hated it. I hate attention. So this is bringing attention because people are some cruel people, and people like to bully people, and people like to point out whatever they see that they don't, either they don't like or they notice is different, so that was the issue for me, I guess. And because I hated attention, I just thought, well, if I stop eating, I'll lose the weight, and I won't gain anymore, which is such a lie. I don't even know where I learned that. Probably because people that struggled with weight in my family or just never wanted to gain weight were always like, well, if I don't eat and all this, it was a thing that people close to me didn't necessarily struggle with their weight, but they just didn't want to gain any weight. So it was, and um, I guess I caught on to that, and I felt really ashamed and really guilty and really just horrible about myself. And I know that when I got older, when I started understanding things, I didn't take care of myself. I didn't eat well. Either I didn't eat at all, I ate, and when I would eat, I'd eat too much at one time. I didn't always eat healthy, and so that part, yes, that's my fault, and I have to own up to that because that's not like I don't want to say like, oh, people made fun of me. Okay, I had a health issue that caused this, and then people made fun of me, and um, that's why I gained the weight. I don't want to be a victim of other people's things because living like that's never going to help me to get out of this, right? So, it took me a while to learn that. Like, I don't know that I ever blamed people outside of myself for anything, even though there were times that it was other people's fault, but I always I have this um, tendency to turn everything inward. So I blame myself for everything. Everything's my fault. So if I just stopped eating, then I'd be fine. If I just don't say anything, um, things would be okay. Like, even when bad things were happening to me, that I wouldn't say anything because I was either told nobody would believe you, which I believe that, and because somehow it had to be my fault. Everything was my fault. I took on and I still take on things that are not mine. I carry burdens that are not mine. That's where a lot of the stress comes from, a lot of the worry. Like, I worry about things I don't have to worry about. Me and my dad were talking about this the other day, and he's like, your mom used to be like that too. Like, she worried a lot. And I think I picked that up from her. I I would hear her talking about, being worried about whether it was finances or people um, or just the struggles that she was going through because of things that happened to her in her life as she was growing up. Um, and I would try to take them because I wanted to fix it. I wanted her to be happy. I wanted her to feel loved. I wanted her to feel good. I don't know, whatever it was. So I figured if I take that burden onto myself, then it would make it better, but it doesn't, because you can't take other people's burdens like that. You can be there for them, you can encourage them, inspire them, you can pray for them, you can walk through the fires with them, you can be there while they cry, you can listen to them, you can do all the things, but you can't change it. You can't fix it. You can't take it away from them and carry it yourself, because they're still going to be carrying it, and you're carrying things that aren't yours, that whole thing. And that's me. Still is me. And so, and I think part of that was being the oldest daughter, well, the oldest in the family. Um, I was taught you need to, almost like you need to worry about things. You know, you need to be on top of things, know what's going on, make sure this isn't like, and I did it in a way where I like took it on myself, but I never did anything about it necessarily. Like when someone was going through something, I would worry about it and I would come up with all these scenarios in my head of how I could fix it. I would pray about it, but then I'd pick it back up and then, but I would never talk to them about it. Not always, because I couldn't. It was emotional and I couldn't deal with the emotions and I didn't want to be emotional. So I wasn't helping anybody. My prayers maybe, but that was it, you know. And oh, it drives me crazy sometimes to think of all the things that I've carried throughout my life that I'm still carrying because I learned how to worry. I learned how to stress. I learned how to take care of everybody else and not myself. Even if that meant just worrying about them. Like, you know, later on I would do things or go with people places or do whatever someone else wanted to do, even if I wasn't feeling well, even if I knew I needed to rest, even if I knew I had things that I wanted to do or needed to do. And I would just put them on the back burner and put them on the back burner until that became my way of life. Um, so I don't know. There's okay. There's a lot about myself I don't know and I don't understand because I didn't allow myself to get to know myself. You know, like a lot of times people ask me, well, what do you like? I'm like, I don't know. I like to read. I like music. Those are the only two things I ever knew that I liked. And part of that, don't get me wrong, I do still love to read and everything, but I used a lot of that as a way to escape what was going on. Whatever stresses, whatever worries, whatever was happening, whatever was feeling, I used that to escape. Um, so I use music in the same way, but I love music. I love to sing, but I won't. I'll sing by myself in the car, but like there's times when other people are with me and I want to sing because I love the song. A hymn will come on or one of my favorite songs will come on and um, I just want to sing. Oh, by the way, I love this stuff. This is that tallow lip balm that I got. I love it and it smells so amazing, like peppermint. And it works really well. So I just, it's a struggle, right? It's a struggle to know yourself. It's a struggle because I've allowed all these other things to take place of who I am and what I need to do for myself to get better. And it took a lot. It took facing myself, my issues, and finally hearing and really listening to what the doctors were telling me, to the diagnosis that they were giving me. Because before I would hear it, like, oh, okay, fine, I'm not going to deal with it. I don't care. It's not real. It's not real. It's never real. And part of that was, I don't want to accept this as just who I am and make it a part of my identity and like wallow in it either. But it also became unhealthy in that I just didn't want to deal with it, period, even though it was real and it was happening. So fast forward many, many, many years, like from the time I started really getting sick, it's about maybe 11 years now. And before that, I was already struggling with a lot of this. It just, as time goes on, it gets worse. And we ignore ourselves. We don't take care of things. We eat wrong. We don't get any movement in. We hide. You know, it's just awful. it's awful what chronic pain and just chronic headaches, chronic illness, just not feeling well can do to you emotionally and mentally. And I never realized that until um, more recently. And then when I went to acupuncture, it's one of the things that he mentioned, our physical health can affect our emotional and mental health, but our emotional and mental health affect our physical health. So where is, how do we find balance? How do we heal? And so this book, It Is Well With My Soul, I want it to be well with my soul no matter what's happening. I want to live from that place that I trust him no matter what is happening, no matter what is going on, no matter how hard things get. I want to be able to sing It Is Well With My Soul and believe it. And I just I just want to be able to accept somewhat, I guess, accept that I need to slow down because I am dealing with chronic illness. I'm sick. I hate saying that. It's just awful. It doesn't feel good. It feels, ugh, it makes me angry. Um, it's, yeah, it's one of those things that I want to deal with. So when I saw this book and it talked about living with chronic illness, growing older, facing the end of life, all of these things, and just how to deal with the changes in life, the stages that you go through, the issues. One thing it said on the back, let's see, It Is Well With My Soul is an insightful devotional designed to offer encouragement to those who are receiving care. I guess technically I'm receiving care from doctors, right? From acupuncturists, from specialists, and things like that. But there are things I struggle with, things that I can't do for myself sometimes because of the pain, because of not feeling well, because of the headaches that cause dizziness, that cause all these things, which is somewhat happening today. Um, and I shared this for recently, I think it was October, I was awarded disability after 10 years of struggling with it and going through hearing after hearing after hearing. And I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to just live off of disability. I didn't want to just stay home and not be able to do things. Like, I would love to have a job that I loved. Like, I loved working at the optic. That was like, I loved that job. Um, there was a lot of parts that I didn't like about it. There was some stress about it, of course, and everything, but I really enjoyed working there. It was one of the best places I worked. I mean, I loved a lot of my other jobs too, but that was the one I was at the longest, and I really enjoyed it. I know the people were awesome, and it was great. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. And there's like other things I'd love to work in a library or in a bookstore or in a thrift store, although I think my check would stay there. And I've thought about that during this whole time of going through the hearings and all of the stuff and all the doctor's appointments. And then one day my lawyer told me we were getting to my last hearing, and she's like, "You have a medical record that's like huge. It's like thousands of pages." And I'm like, "What? No, I don't. Maybe I just went too many times to the doctors, like whatever." Well, this last hearing that I had, there was an actual doctor on during the hearing. Most of the time it's just like the judge, a vocational therapist, I believe, or vocational something or other, the lawyer, and every once in a while someone else. But there's never that I've ever had a doctor on there. Well, he's the one that kind of went through the things and basically said, well, this is what's going on, and these are the things that we find her disabled in. I was like, of course I was wanting this. I wanted to get this over with. Because a part of me knew that I just couldn't deal with working. Part of my problem is the chronic pain, because sometimes the pain's so bad I can't stand. I can't sit. I can't lay down. I can't do like it's. I gotta. I don't know. It's a real pain. But the other part is the stress. I cannot handle stress. It is the weirdest thing for me. I don't know what happened. I think part of it is since losing my mom, there's been a lot of upheaval in my emotions, a lot of things that I'm not dealing with, a lot of things that are really causing me problems. And that has caused more health issues. But when I get stressed out, and this happened even um, before my mom got sick, all of things. This was been going on for at least the last 11 years, maybe even before that, but not as bad as it's gotten. If there's any kind of conflict, any kind of situation where I feel like I have to tread extremely lightly because I want somebody to get mad or somebody to say, I don't want to cause any upheaval, any turmoil, anyone to feel bad, and I can't handle it. I can't deal with it. It's this weird thing that happens to my body when I feel like there's a conflict. I get sick to my stomach, like to the point where I can't do anything. I can't function. My body like shuts down. My mind, I can't think. I get so dizzy and so sick that I cannot function. I pretend that I'm fine sometimes it is because I've got to go do something. I don't tell anybody anything. And I finally told my husband about it because he'd wonder, well, why do you get so quiet when something, either just something like something's going wrong or something's stressing me out, like I have too many appointments or I have too many things, whatever's going on, right? I can't handle it. I can't talk about it. I can't, because if I start talking about it, I start getting sick. And like even now, I'm feeling that same, it's like, I don't know if it's a blood pressure thing, but like I start feeling like I get dizzy, like I get this like real weird sensation in my body. Um, I start feeling like nauseated, and I just feel like I need to hide, I need to run, I need to get out of this situation. And like I'm even getting cold, like my nose is getting cold. I don't think it's cold in here, but I think that's just my sugars dropping because, like I said, I was at 94 and I haven't eaten anything. I had coffee. I thought that'd be fine. Sometimes it is, but lately, like my sugars have been at normal. My A1C's been normal, like at 5.6, 5.5. I don't know, somewhere around there with the medication I'm taking and everything that I'm doing. And so I know I need to eat better. And normally in the morning, I'm not hungry. Granted, it's already probably noon, but like sometimes I just don't want to. Like I don't want to try. I don't want to eat. I don't want to do anything. Like like today, I should have gone to the wrestling match, and I couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to get there. Like I wasn't feeling well to begin with, but I thought I could push through this, right? And I just couldn't. I couldn't even get ready. Like I couldn't do anything. I mean, I barely went to the car a while ago and got the stuff that I wanted to share from like my thrift hauls in the last video that I did that I've had there for the, the amount of time we've had the car. So at least a week. Probably I've had this stuff longer though because they were in the bags that I had in my in-laws car just there because I hadn't got them down because I was trying to get rid of some stuff before I got those down. And yeah, it's a process that I'm struggling through. Um, And so also recently, the other thing is, I got approved for home health, but I don't want some stranger coming over here. Like, I don't want to deal with that. I was supposed to have an in-home nurse visit the other day, but she was not feeling well, so she had to reschedule, so it won't be till April 1st. They come and do like a wellness exam, like blood pressure, and just talk to you and go over medication stuff. So I've got to get all that together again and have it ready because I put everything away and then, So anyway, so to do the home health, I qualified for a 13 hours of having someone help me with things. And I don't know how I feel about that. I did it because I knew I wanted to have some of the insurance help for different things to see because I know that sometimes they'll help you with, there's I'm not sure what it's called, self-directed care, which is kind of through home health-ish, but you direct your own care. So you could pay someone to do things for you, but you can also use the money to get supplements, I think, and gear it towards massage or things that are outside of the regular medical stuff. I don't know. I didn't. I know you have to be with this program for a while before that's available, but the self-directed care is a lot harder to deal with. You have to do so much on your own, figure things out, send papers in, and I don't know if I can do that. I don't have a computer and stuff like that to deal with a lot of things. But anyway, so I asked them about having a caregiver, right? And I was like, I don't want just some person coming over here. I don't want someone I don't know. I don't know. So my husband will be getting paid to be my caregiver, which to me is kind of awesome because it's him and he's already doing it anyway. And now maybe he can get paid for it, and that'll help us financially as well. But also it's just hard though to say your husband's your caregiver. I'm 47 years old. I shouldn't have a caregiver. I shouldn't have that. I shouldn't have to. But I finally gave in and said, you know what, I do need help. And if they're gonna at least pay him, even though he's already doing the stuff anyway, but if they can pay him, that'll help us. And so that's what's happening there. So it's just some stuff I kind of wanted to share about my journey through healing, journey with healing, journey to healing, all the whatever I was calling journey to healing. I think I was calling my series. Jeez, I'm struggling today. And I want to read this little section. It's section 1 called Devastation, Doubt, and Deliverance. And this is the part of this song that's here. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. And that's what I want. That's where I want to be. I want to be able to say, I'm good. I'm good with God. I trust Him with everything. I don't want to, run from this. I want to be able to do what I need to do to heal. And I'm believing that I will get better. I'll be able to do more if I just continue to allow myself to rest, eat better, get more movement, allow people to help me, and trust in God and surrender. So I'll share more from this as I go through it. But for now, that is it for this one. I really need to get something to eat and maybe watch some more YouTube videos today, and maybe I'll get to edit this stuff. I have some itches. Allergies are really bad. So I will see you guys in the next one. I hope that you guys are blessed and you're doing well. God bless you. Bye.
It's snowing. What the heck? This craziness. So you can see it. This is insane. I love it. Can't believe it's snowing. It was just sunny just a minute ago. I was out here getting some stuff, getting some coffee, I think. It hasn't been that long, and it said earlier on the little phone app, it said it's gonna snow. I thought, no, it's not. Well, and there you have it. It's snowing. Yay! It's sunny, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, the snow is falling. That's snow. Crazy. Look at this. Snow. But yet the sun is out. There is some clouds. And look at this. Yeah, if I can. I don't know. It's gonna let me. It's budding. This is the apricot tree. Here we go again. I went in and it looked like it had stopped. And here you go. Snow. If you can see it here in the car. Like little tiny balls of snow. It's crazy. Oh, that kind of hurt. Smacked myself right in the head. Look at this. You can see it's covering the. Nope. And here goes Graham. And Pumpkin's right here. Look at this. This is insanity. This weather's nuts. It's craziness. There's New Mexico weather. It was cloudy, gloomy, windy this morning. Then it kind of sort of snowed a bit. Then it got sunny. And now this wonderful snow. And these two are, I don't know, they're crazy. He likes the snow. She does too for the most part. Alright guys, I'm going in.